Now I show you how you can create completely custom-made counters for use with the Wargame counter tool. And the way it works is you have to set up a template counter with specific properties, and then the Wargame counter tool detects the elements on the counter like editable texts or numbers or the colors. Now we walk through it step by step. So the template counter has to be a SVG file. And in order to create this SVG file, you can use Inkscape. It's a free software, and you just open a new empty project. And by clicking the rectangle button, you just create a rectangle. You select it and change its size to 60 times 60 pixels in this case. And now you have to color the elements on the counter, also the counter background itself, in certain colors. And you can find these colors if you're in the app under Assets, Custom Counters. Right here, you can see the color codes and the corresponding colors defined in your faction. So I just copied them. And so if we want to color the background of the counter with the counter background color from the faction, you just have to use this color code. And in layers, you select your rectangle, go to fill, make sure you fill it with a solid color, and then just paste the color code down here. And that was it. It's also important to make every element except text elements to a path. So you select it, go to path, transform object into path, and now you can see your rectangle background is a path. So we'll keep it simple here. So we just add one editable text. So you edit a text. Let's just call it test. And the text elements, as you can see here, have to have this color. So you copy it, select the text, and change its color to this color code. Now we just center it. And as mentioned, the text has not to be transformed into a path, it has to stay text. And in order for the Wargame counter tool to detect this text element, you have to give this text element a certain unique ID in the format nw underscore, and then you can type whatever you want. This will be shown as you type here, so let's call it sample text. Hit OK. So let's say this is the front side of our counter. You could add more elements, more text, numbers, whatever. But let's say we use it like this. Then you go to export and select SVG. And you export your counter. Let's just call it test counter. And also this has a naming convention. So the front side has to be called name underscore front. We export it. And the backside has to be called name underscore back correspondingly. So we have the front side, now we'll make the backside. Let's say on the backside we want to have a number. This has to be now in a different ID, because if you use the same ID, the counter tool will just see it as one. So every text or number that will be editable has to have a unique ID. So we call this, for example, sample number. And we also add like a step loss. So you just draw in a rectangle, put in the same width you want, and we center it. Also, the rectangle, as it will be in the step loss color, we have to give it the color of step loss, which is this. And the last change we have to do is we have to put the text above. And as the rectangle is no text, it has to be transformed into a path. So Now we got our elements, and we can export this as the backside of our counter. So we just call it test counter back and export it. Then we open up the counter tool, Wargame counter tool. We go to the Assets tab, to Custom Counters. We hit Import, and now we select our front side and our back side. And remember, the name has to be exactly the same, except one means front, one means back. So you select the two, hit Open, and now you can see both counters are there. If you enter an order of battle, then just a random one, you can hit Add Custom Counter, and now you got here the list of your custom counters. We got just one now, and as you can see, the front counter is in the format for the front side and the back for the back side. Also, the color codes we gave were automatically detected. So as you can see, it was white, yellow for background and step loss, and the Wargame Control tool automatically detects the background color of the faction and the step loss color. Also, the text elements are detected, so now you can just change the text. For example, I don't know, you can type in ha ha ha, and you can change the number also. And you can do that with as many elements as you want, like values, attack, defense values, whatever. You can also add silhouettes, you can add whatever you want. Then you hit OK. And for example, if you change now to a different faction, let's say Netherlands, you see that the colors change accordingly. And through this way, you can create one sample counter, like new unit types or whatever, and use your templates as often as you want. You don't have to create the counter several times. You create it once and can use it in your orders of battle.